to PG Wrestling. We are here again. It's unbelievable. I swear on my life,
What did you do?
Dude, don't even poke the freaking bear, dude. I'm telling you right now.
No, Kevin brought up a good point. Maybe right at the 1 hour point, it just shut off or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I think you guys were online for an hour.
Wow.
So I don't know. But
Wow.
anyway, listen, Kevin. Thanks to our insider, Kevin. He stuck with us, stuck through it. Thanks. Yes. It was a good first performance. We're going to run through all of our other regular topics. And
well, I got to ask Kevin right out of the gates.
Awesome.
This Ben leaving Flo's FRL.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts? What do you think's going on there?
Horrible. You know, I don't know. I think that it sucks, obviously, because Ben is actually he really grew on me. You know, I think he's smart. I think that he's just great for the show. It seemed to me like he got a little irritated at times when when JD wasn't there. They had the other guy on there. You know, he always says, you know, he's got his what is it? Attention deficit or whatever. You know, he says all the time, and I think he wasn't really digging the Ali guy or whatever in there. I don't know, but he kind of drives me nuts too. But I don't know. I think maybe he just had enough. But what surprised me was he said that he was going to be done now, but he decided to stick it out through the season and decide right now that you're done. You know, so I don't know.
Let me think.
First thought someone's got him lined up to be their head coach.
That's obviously
the first thing I thought, dude.
That's obviously kind of where.
And I heard Wisconsin.
Whoa, where'd you hear that?
I don't know. I forget where I heard that.
Wow.
Him and Bono, I know they don't really care for each other. Him and the current coach.
Well, the thing is any athletic director, you want to look good. I mean, this was a cherry out there just waiting to be picked, or what's the term? Low-hanging fruit, waiting to be picked by one of these athletic directors. I bring him in. I'm getting the whole army that's behind him as recruits. We're going to be one of the top programs quickly. Do you kind of agree with that?
Yeah, you want to talk about like the Tom Brady of college wrestling as far as he didn't have any athletic ability, really. He even says it, you know. Like he's you know, even at the UFC, people would be making fun of him when he had his shirt off stuff. But everything he did was through talent and learning and skill.
Like hard work.
That's the guy you want teaching your kids.
And no fear.
Yeah, he's not relying on athletic ability. He's just learning, and he is so damn smart.
Is that the threat to Kale?
Yeah, you could say. Oh, now the thing is I will miss Ben also because I'm with you, Kevin. I really like listening to him break down a match technically, and it's very obviously the man knows how to coach wrestling, and I mean all you have to do is see that incredible AWA team that him and his brother built over there.
Yeah, and Kaizen, O'Toole, and Master
I'd be shocked if he's not a head coach somewhere next year. And quite frankly, I think it was a golden opportunity for somebody if it would be a Wisconsin. Nothing against Bono. I don't know, but
Bono was hot today. And the match against, what was the one call? Hold on. Bono was fired up, dude, and I actually agreed with him, dude. It was the one call, and now I can't find it.
You sure it wasn't the Rathjen situation?
It was the Rathjen situation, I believe.
Did you see that, Kev?
Yes, they didn't give what's his name 3 points on that takedown. That was a takedown.
I was in the bathroom. What's your take?
Yeah, it was a takedown. Absolutely.
How did you not get a takedown there? And
that
then
changed
they said
everything.
Oh, it did change everything, dude. And then like he was clearly getting taken down. I don't even know why the ref called it. I don't know, but then he was fine, obviously. And then it's like
No,
if you were guessing, Kevin, who's the highest finisher for Iowa this year? And where do they finish?
Real Woods.
I guess it would be Woods. Yeah, I would, and I don't really. I something's got to be wrong with him, right? I mean, he was just like the dude, and then all of a sudden he loses 2 in a row. He didn't lose 2 matches the whole entire year last year.
And I'll say this: even his post-match interview, I don't know, man. He did not I know what he's going for, but I don't know. Didn't sound like a champion. Didn't sound like someone was going to be a champion.
I think something's wrong with him because after the match where he was flat as a board, they didn't call the pin against Michigan. He got up and he was just like totally nonchalant. He shakes the guy's hand. He's like, "Good job." If you just got, it's almost as if he was like, again, I'm just thinking out loud, but like he knew something was wrong off with him, and he knows that when he's back together, he'll be okay. Because if he just like went out there and he was 100% and that happened to him, he's not going to be chill about it. He's going to be devastated.
Yeah, you would think. You would think he'd be a little more fired up. I don't know, but it was who was it up against here? Here I have it. Latini. No, what am I talking about? I'm talking about Rathjen up against Zargo, dude. That's who it was. Zargo.
Oh, yeah.
Who had the takedown up against Rathjen. And then Zargo, who was, he had some aggression there. But, all right, let's move on. Ben, whoa. Before we move from the topic of Ben leaving, let's talk about it from the angle of Flo. Flo losing Ben. And I got to give a shout-out to Flo. They had their 1,000th episode.
Yeah, that was good.
And I have to say,
that
was their best episode ever.
Yeah,
dude.
that was
not close. That was their best episode ever.
I love Flo. I'm not one of those guys that's a Flo hater. Flo is and people complain about they complain about everything really, but like the subscription stuff, I'm like, man, that's the best money spent. I can go watch anything, and I know they have some problems once in a while, but I mean, really, without them, wrestling is just, it's not,
You don't really want to cover it. I mean, then we'd have to cover it. Gee, my netty. Yeah, I mean, that would, you saw we cut out earlier. My goodness.
Yeah, things happen, man. And, it's just like the people that are I call them the duck call, they can't wait to pounce on guys when they miss matches. Like, oh, he's ducking. It's the same thing with the people that want to just, as soon as the stream is out, they just lose their minds and they're on social media typing that, Flo sucks. It's like, come on, man.
Well, here's the thing. Now that I know I've experienced it firsthand, I bet Flo's even more angry than the angriest person watching it when that kind of stuff happens.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know I'm more angry than anyone else. Yeah. But, all right, let's talk about some other topics, dude. Let's bounce.
Okay, first off, I seen
Kevin, chime in when you want.
Brayton Lee over Lewan. Brayton Lee's undefeated. Are we talking about how serious are we about Brayton Lee right now?
Forget about Brayton Lee.
I know, and it's
Brayton Lee. Yeah, I mean, as he continues to win matches, because before I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, he's won 4 matches, he's 4-0, But you got to remember, was it the beginning of last year? He was the number 1 seed at the weight in the pre-season rankings, and then. But no, I'm looking at it. You got to start taking him seriously for sure.
Not to rehash on something, Kevin, but I know you kind of been looking at trying to break down, like we're getting to the point where we can start to break down and start guessing where people may fall in the bracket.
Yeah.
Let's say Shapiro wins out, which I kind of expect he will. Yep. Where do you see him falling seed-wise at Nationals?
So I mean, what I'm thinking is when I actually broke down 157 into the conferences, who's in what conference, so I could kind of see who's got to battle who the remaining schedule. And I honestly think he's got a good shot to be the 2nd seed, believe it or not, because the Big Ten has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Big Ten has 13 guys ranked at 157 in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And then the Big 12, you got, Chittum, Downey, Brock Mahler, Travis Teague. And then the Pac-12, you got Teamer, Cardenas, Zerbin. Zerbin's undefeated, but he has not had the toughest of schedules. Still, it's awesome he's undefeated.
The mystery guy, Zerbin. I mean, we know he's good, but how good?
Yeah,
we can't gauge that off of Levi's one of his first matches where he beat Levi last year, way at the beginning of the year. That was impressive, but we can't guess it. We can't gauge it off of that. How good is Zerbin right now?
Right.
I don't think
he was actually at large last year. He didn't even make the allocation last year. He was an at large, and then this year his key win is over Cardenas in the finals of the Southern Scuffle. But besides that, he doesn't have a lot of ranked wins. But he's undefeated, and we'll see. But I think that the way it pans out when you're looking at this, Shapiro, well, Teamer might be in there for second seed, depending. It just depends on, if Teamer wins the conferences, I think he would be the second seed. But Haynes controls his own destination. If he wins out, he's won. That's a no-brainer.
I just want Shapiro 2 or 3. 2 or 3.
Yeah. And I think if Shapiro faces what's his face there? Keep pronouncing it wrong. Zurbin. I think I think Shapiro's a horrible matchup for Zurbin because Zurbin relies on his length, and Shapiro is long. I didn't realize it until I watched him wrestle in person when he wrestled Mahler. That's why he's getting these ankle picks. He's so long that I don't think Zurbin's going to be able to use that to his advantage. But Teamer's going to be a real tough out. He's so athletic. So, I'd say he's going to be 3rd or 4th seed would be my guess. 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, right in there.
Better hope he's not 4th.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we want to see that in the finals.
Let's hope he's not 4th, dude. Yeah.
We want to see that in the finals.
If he does win out, he'll be 24-2, and he'll have won 20 matches in a row, and he'll have 14 wins over ranked guys. So, and a conference champ, that's got to be enough to get him 2nd seed, you would think.
I would think.
Okay, we're going to be jumping all around here, but 2 things as far as wrestling we have to announce. And one, of course, is they're having a world championships for the non-Olympic weights this year. So that's kind of exciting. And quite frankly, if somebody wanted to double up and do Olympics and world championships, technically they could. I don't know if we'll see anybody actually try to do that, but
actually, I just read something that you can't do that, they're saying.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah. And that's my bad because I posted on your Facebook thing and saying that they could. And then I just was talking to someone the other day that said that in previous years past, that's not allowed and they're supposed to follow suit this year, which doesn't make sense to me because, you would think like in Vito's case, well, you can go to the Olympic trials and if you don't make it, you can obviously, like say Vito goes 57, he doesn't make the Olympic team. He can go try out at 61 kilograms, but they're just saying you can't make the team at 57, then go make the team at 61.
Okay. All right. Well, that's still more wrestling, the better. I know our mainest man, Greg Moore, who gave us a shout out. He's sitting next to Jeff Ironhead Byers, and I haven't listened to it yet. That was really, really cool. But Greg's going to be at the 2025 World Championships.
We're going to be there too
in Croatia. Yeah, I might have to quit my job. Might have to quit my job to do it.
I already did.
Not out of the question. Not out of the question.
I already did, baby. And you don't question my commitment, wrestling.
Hey, Plainville, you want me? You better do something. I'm half out the door right now. But
that's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, all right. Let's shout out some other people. First of all, Miramar Wrestling, do back-to-back district champs. Miramar on our Facebook group. Miramar Wrestling, they achieved back-to-back district championships. Congratulations. They're down there in Florida, baby.
Yeah, they're down in Florida, this wrestling school down there, and they must like our podcast, and they've been the nicest guys in the world to us, and we support them, and we encourage any other team. You want to cuddle up to us, we'll give you shout-outs. But here's another little group, and I don't know if you've seen this podcast or listened to this podcast yet, Kevin.
Bros and Throws.
Bros and Throws.
Bros and Throws,
I gotta
folks.
say,
check them out.
They've been super nice about BEG, and that's not why I'm talking nice about them. I'm a tough one to please when it comes to listening to podcasts. You heard me. I hate when people go slow. I like knowledgeable. I like speed, and I don't want to hear what you ate for breakfast. Let's talk about the next guy that's going 133 or something. But I got to give it to Bros and Throws. I was entertained with that podcast. I'm a permanent listener, and shout out to Bros and Throws.
Check out Bros and Throws.
Check them out, guys.
Bros and Throws.
Yes, Bros and Throws. And there's a lot of great podcasts out there. I like them all. I'm glad everyone's up and running because I'll take any promotion because ultimately all of our goals are the same. We want this sport to be healthy. We want it to grow. And I'll tell you, if we can get these refs to force the action by calling a stall and get that fist up in the air, let me tell you what's going to happen. This sport will continue to grow because we said just in the last podcast, the number of high school kids involved in wrestling is at an all-time high. Both the boys and the girls. Now, if that don't make you excited right there, and I don't know, I'm not completely mental. How can I be this into this sport? This is my.
I got something that's not mental, dude.
This is my soap opera, Kevin, and I think you're on the same page.
Oh,
You got the same sickness, obviously. Look at them things behind you. You got I bet you every one of them things behind you is involved with wrestling one way or another. Am I right?
I gotta send that beaver to Flo, dude. I keep forgetting. I gotta send Flo that beaver. Anyway, listen, I don't want to throw a teaser out, folks, but we talked about our goal is to grow this sport, right?
Yes.
Kevin, you don't even know about that. There's potential, dude, that we might have some bigger news than this college wrestling world has ever seen, ever. Within the next week or two. I'm not joking, dude.
Okay.
And I'm talking about completely changing this sport, dude.
Well, let's put it this way, Kevin.
Fingers
and
crossed,
we'll
folks.
let you know in a week. But it might be crash and burn, but you know what?
Something is cooking.
We are
Something
going to have a
big
ball while
is
we're
cooking.
crashing and burning.
I'm
scared there.
Buy
him! So,
Dude.
but this is cool right here. The fact
Yeah,
that
it's awesome.
if somehow
It
you
worked.
can get this thing from shutting
Not
off,
freezing.
look what we got here.
I
We
know.
can bring anybody on here. And, this is...
You guys are so good at like the Facebook page. You guys are so good, and I definitely recommend anyone that's not on there to get on there because you can just post what you want without feeling you're going to be criticized or judged or there's no stupid questions. Everyone just posts and everyone's so polite and nice about it, and it's testament to you guys, because you guys are leading the page and that's the way it goes, and it's the best page. Everything I post goes on that page. And
I appreciate that, Kevin. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm pretty certain when it comes to wrestling podcast, I am the most out of shape wrestling podcaster you will see across the board. But let me just say, us out of shape people, I wasn't always out of shape, by the way.
Mean your brain don't work.
I think it was that daggone truck, Kevin. Daggone sitting there, bored.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a little Debbie? I'm getting a little sleepy over there. Reach over, get that little Debbie. Anyway, hey, I love this sport as much as the next, all them athletes and coaches and athlete parents that are doing podcasts and stuff, and I love them all to death. But as I've always said, we are the voice for the regular Joes out there. We have a voice
regular
in this,
Joes,
we have a voice in this sport too, and but
All right. Some other thing. What is this? What is this English that you typed up? Sorry, I'm reading his notes.
Oh,
no, I agree though. You guys, like, you're having me on, and I'm just a regular Joe. I'm not like
the people podcast.
It's just
The
that's,
people
that's,
podcast
that's
for
great.
wrestling. What is that?
the Ian
I'm trying to wrap up, folks. All the last
Ian
details
Macheski,
here.
the Ian Macheski document on Flow. It's one of the stories on No Sad Stories, and I got to tell you, Kev, my eyes were a little watery.
Really?
Dude got paralyzed, and the thing is I
know.
had a brother had a motorcycle accident, got paralyzed from his chest down. This Ian got paralyzed where he doesn't have full use of his hand. Dude is never in a bad mood. Ever. He goes on and
I gotta
graduates.
apologize for laughing.
From
I had no
Harvard.
idea. I've not seen this, and I was only
Dude.
laughing because you spelled it how it sounds. I can't even read it. It's not real English, folks. That's why I was laughing. No offense. I need to clarify. No offense to that, dude. I didn't even know what you were talking about.
That's what I got to do, Zach.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't read it.
Half of these names, and Kevin, I apologize to you
guys
and
have
everyone
gotten
out there
really-
every
like, you
time we
got
get
way
one of
better
these
than
names
those
wrong. And I'm glad. I used to call Lowell Is that right though, Low?
It's Lau.
Lau. Will he be back next year? By the way,
Jonathan Lowe, actually, Jonathan Lowe. It's
Jonathan Lowe.
Oh my goodness.
L-O-E.
Will he be back next year?
No,
Low.
no,
Low.
while you're
Let's
talking
do the
about
Low.
that, I did.
Let's do
Yeah.
the
Low. Let's go. Let's go.
Did that just happen?
But
Lau, whatever. He will not be back next year. However, I did find something interesting out. Very interesting.
well, we talk
Okay,
about guys.
spit out. No, let Kevin spit out his interesting facts, dude. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry, Kev.
So everybody thought, including Flo, that Chris Foca was done this year. They have him listed as a senior, and this is only like his third full season. But the Ivy League, everything, they don't care about the COVID year. They don't, and you can't like Yanni could have actually come back this year for a fifth year, but he would have had to gone somewhere else. Cardenas is already in the transfer portal. Jacob Cardenas. And it's only because he can't wrestle for Cornell next year because of the Ivy League rules.
Yes.
Wow.
So everyone thought
Is he going to Penn State?
was involved. Foca is going to be back next year for Cornell.
Wow. Okay.
He's deferring a semester, and he's going to be back next year.
Focus coming back to Cornell next year. Breaking news, folks. You didn't hear that? You heard it here first.
That's big. That's big news because Cardenas has said that Michigan has been the favorite for him to go to Michigan. That's kind of been the word.
Shocker.
Yeah.
MVP format, dude. Shocker.
Kev.
Who does Penn State have for a 97-pounder next year?
Well,
Is it one of the young guys?
you can say Cochran or this Minnesota. They got the Minnesota twins next
If
year.
you're Cardenas, why don't you go to Penn State if you're Cardenas?
What a grand idea!
I'm puking
Hey,
in my own mouth,
Kevin,
dude.
we were
By
kind of
Penn State, I
communicating.
meant Iowa.
We were kind
Yeah! Let's go!
we were kind of communicating on Facebook about the fact we were looking back at the 2017 big board, and
Oh my
just in
God.
the top 20, folks. Here's names. Did you hear the year I said? 2017 big board. So we're talking they were seniors in high school in 2017. You were still, I don't think you could grow a beard yet at 2017. Anyway, Fix was there. Vito's there. Dupre's there. Gomez is there. Mackay is there. I'm shocked you could see one name from 2017. I mean, Fix is 26.
Yeah,
And
I saw
I've
that.
had it. I'm up to here, Kevin. I'm here with Zach putting down these kids.
What?
You criticizing the kids.
The 26-year-old.
That's the thing is
26. I was half gray at 26.
I looked at Vito's age and I was like, oh, he's 24 years old. And then I look and I see Fix is going to be 26 by the time NCAA's hits. And I'm like, and he could have taken an Olympic shirt this year. He could have.
Well, it sounds to me like they need a professional wrestling league. Right? Oh, wow.
I can't wait for this COVID stuff that the
Oh,
extra years
same
to be
here.
done with because
And-
that